Hello and welcome to Dice and Demons. I'm Emma and today I want to show you this lovely pink Space Marine that I just finished painting. I've been toying with the idea of painting a pink Space Marine for a while, but as I have so many ongoing projects, which I think most of you can probably relate to, I haven't gotten around to it until now. But I have to say this was really fun to paint. I'm pretty happy with the overall color scheme, though I think he may need, it sounds a little bit strange because it's such a bright color scheme, but I do actually think he may need some sort of bright contrasting spot color, like a bright green shoulder pad or something. So if I give in to temptation and go forward with an actual pink Space Marine army, I would probably go for something like this, but then probably with the same overall colors for the pink and purple armor itself. I really like the way it turned out. So yeah, what do you think? A pink Space Marine army? Yay? Nay? Let me know. So I start off, as I usually do, with a model that's been primed using the Wraithbone spray, and then I start painting it purple. And I'm afraid that this purple color is not something that you can just buy from a store. It's something that I mixed myself because I wasn't really happy with the purple contrast paints from Games Workshop. I mostly used Talazar Blue, Volupus Pink, but I also used a bit of Green Stuff World's Candy Ink Quartz Magenta, and I used a bit of Murderous Magenta from P3 and also a bit of Warlock Purple from Army Painter. This was just something I wanted to try out, so I didn't have any recipe or anything when I started out, so this is just what happened, sort of. But I think if you went with the Volupus Pink, the Talazar Blue and the Murderous Magenta from P3, you would get pretty close to this result. So a lot of the other things I used were just sort of trying stuff out and seeing what kind of shades I could get. The thing about the purple contrast paints is I don't think they cover really well, and I don't think they have a nice vibrant tone to them, so that's what I tried to achieve here, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with the finished results with the purple I got here. If I only used the contrast paints, the Talazar Blue and the Volupus Pink, it was still very thin and wouldn't really cover the surface well, so I do think you need something with a bit more texture or body to it. After that was dry, I went with one of my favorite contrast paints, the Pterodon Turquoise, and I used that to do the dark edge highlighting. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird, I know, with dark edge highlighting, but that's what I do. And you can see I do a bit of a wide edge highlighting because I want to be able to see the darker tone underneath when I'm in the end apply my very light highlight as well. And you can see I also use some cross-hatching on the lower parts of the armor just to give an illusion of shadow. And I went with the Pterodon Turquoise because I thought that would go really well with the purple. It would be darker and add a nice shadow effect without looking off when it was set against the purple. I'm afraid this section of the video has a really weird bit of lighting. I don't know exactly what happened, but you can still relatively easily see what I'm trying to do, I think. So I'm now adding the lighter highlights, and I'm using the Warlock Purple from Army Painter to do the first layer. And it works really well. It's one of my new favorite pink colors, I think. It hasn't got quite as warm a tone to it as the Murderous Magenta from P3, but it still is a very nice, vibrant pink, I think. So I really like it. I know it says purple on the bottle, but I think it's more pink. For the next highlight, I use another color I sort of mixed myself. It's Army Painter Matte White mixed with the Pigment Cyclam Red from PK Pro. And it gives this really nice, sharp pink tone. And it has the added benefit of glowing in the dark if you put it under a UV light, which I mean, it's not really necessary, but it's cool. So, so I like that anyway. As you can see, I use this a bit more sparingly than the Warlock Purple because I want to make sure that it doesn't completely take over. I want to be able to see all these shades on the armor. I want to be able to see the pink and the Warlock Purple and the purple underneath. And the last bit of highlight is just a tiny bit of Army Painter Matte White. Just the slightest touch just to make sure that we have some really sharp, nice, crisp highlights, but without going overboard. I don't want this to look like My Little Pony. I want it to be still visible that it's purple with pink highlights and not just suddenly pink with white tones, if that makes sense. That's the look I'm going for anyway. And here you can see the finished results. And I mean, this was so much fun. This was just so much fun, particularly because I had sort of the feeling that I was doing something a little bit, I wouldn't say wrong, but still something that I know that not every single person in the world will enjoy, just because people think it's off. I don't know. Space Marines are apparently not supposed to be pink or purple. I don't really care. Perhaps because I don't read the lore. I'm not very interested in lore at all. I'm interested in playing the game and in painting the models and building terrain, but not reading the lore. So I don't care if you're not supposed to have pink Space Marines. And I might even go so far as to one day make a female Space Marine, because I don't care. I just think it would look cool. So this was a lot of fun. And as I said, I'm really tempted to do an entire army like this. But so far, reason has prevailed, and I have not bought a single new model since I got that idea, which I think shows great restraint on my part. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please remember to leave a like and subscribing to my channel. And you can also follow me on various other social media such as Twitter and Instagram, also as Dyson Demons. So thank you so much for watching this one, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.